Most men don't fail because they're weak. They fail because they keep making peace with their own laziness. They say they're tired. They say it's not the right time. They wait. They scroll. They talk more than they build. Meanwhile, other men take their place. This video isn't motivation, it's strategy. You'll learn 8 brutal rules inspired by Machiavelli to stop wasting your time, your energy, your potential, and finally live like the man who leads, not the man who watches. We're not just talking about women. We're talking about your money, your discipline, your reputation, your future. Because if you don't master yourself, your job, your couple, your friends, even your own mind, will run your life for you. Watch carefully. Every second matters. Because this isn't just a video. It's your blueprint to reclaim power, in silence, with precision, like a king. Let's begin. Sometimes, what destroys a man isn't his enemies. It's how softly he treats his own weakness. That's how you unlock the first Machiavellian principle. Stop being gentle with the parts of you that keep you average. True power begins with discipline, not comfort. There's a king in you, but he's trapped under your weekend habits. Not because you're lazy, but because no one showed you how to use your free time like a weapon. Most men wait for motivation. High-value men design it. Your job pays the bills, but it will never buy you freedom. Your weekends? They're not for recovery. They're for domination. That's when you build what no one else sees. Your second income, your strength, your future. Machiavelli would say, "The man who commands his hours commands his fate." This doesn't mean hustle until burnout. It means using your free time with precision. Here's your next move. Start simple. 2 hours every Saturday for your side project. Train your body like a warrior, even on Sunday mornings. Replace one Netflix episode with one powerful action. Reading, planning, building. Not to prove something, but to remember who you are. Because the more you honor your time, the more life starts to honor your effort. And soon, what felt like discipline becomes your new normal. That's how kings rise, quietly, consistently, and without asking for permission. But control over self means nothing if you give your energy to people who haven't earned it. This is the second rule. In work, be feared for your standards, not liked for your personality. Cut the noise, multiply the output, and let your focus speak louder than your charm. Success doesn't go to the nicest guy in the room. It goes to the one who sets the rules and enforces them. If people at work like you more than they respect you, you've already lost. Machiavelli would say, "It is better to be feared for your discipline than loved for your charm." You're not here to fit in. You're here to win. In real life, you say yes too often. You wait for motivation. You let distractions fracture your empire. Here's your next move. Silence the noise. Set insane standards, and hold even yourself to them. Deliver results like a machine, and let your focus scare the lazy ones. You don't need friends at work. You need a legacy. The next battlefield isn't your job, it's your relationship. That's where the third truth comes in. Either you lead your relationship, or it slowly leads you. Machiavelli would tell you, love without direction becomes submission in disguise. If you don't lead the relationship will lead you. And once it does, your power dies, slowly but surely. Machiavelli would say, either she follows you, or she weakens you. Most men wait for peace. Real men create structure, not with force, with presence. In real life, she makes all the decisions. She sets the tone. You follow, hoping it keeps the love alive. Here's your next move. Redraw the lines. Speak less. Decide more. Reward respect. Ignore chaos. And if she resists the leadership you bring, You walk, without fear, without noise. Power doesn't beg. It sets the pace and watches who can keep up. But even the strongest man can be pulled down if he walks with the wrong circle. This is where the fourth tactic hits hard. Cut the weight, or you'll never rise. You don't need more friends. You need allies. Those who sharpen you, not those who soothe your stagnation. Some people in your life aren't neutral. They drain you, distract you, make weakness feel normal. As Machiavelli put it, a man surrounded by the unworthy becomes unworthy himself. Real friends challenge you. Fake ones applaud your comfort. Let's make it simple. If they slow you down, they don't belong near you. What you need to do now, start observing how you feel after each interaction. Cut what dims your fire, and build a circle that pulls you forward, not holds you down. Because dead weight doesn't walk, it sinks. And what about your roots, your blood, your family? That's where the fifth rule draws the line. Give respect when it's earned, not when it's demanded. Love should never become a leash. If they hold you back, distance isn't betrayal, it's survival. Some of the deepest chains and injuries don't come from enemies. They come from blood. You were taught to obey, not to grow. To stay loyal, even when it meant staying small. But here's the brutal truth. Machiavelli would remind you, obligation without benefit is not virtue, it's submission. You can honor your roots without living under them. You can love your family and still walk away from patterns that poison you. Here's your next move. Stop justifying toxic bonds with phrases like, "but it's still family." Look at actions. Look at how they treat your ambition. If they sabotage it, distance is your medicine. Because you were not born to shrink. You were born to build. And if they won't support your rise, let them watch it from afar. Now let's get to the obsession most men never question. The chase. Here's the sixth principle. Stop chasing women. Start building the man they can't ignore. Because the more you crave them, the more you abandon yourself. And no woman follows a man who's lost. Every time you chase, you shrink. Every time you beg, you bleed status. And every time you make her your goal, you lose yourself. Machiavelli would say, the man who seeks affection becomes its slave, but the man who builds power attracts it. The truth is simple. She doesn't fall for the man who needs her. She obsesses over the one who doesn't notice her until she's proven herself. Here's your next move. Take all the energy you waste on chasing, checking, wondering, and reinvest it. Get sharper, stronger, more focused. Let your results become magnetic. Because when you stop running after attention, you start becoming the man who commands it. And once she sees you're unbothered by her presence, she'll start fighting for a place in your world. But even self-mastery dies if you don't protect your time like a ruthless king. The seventh rule is brutal but vital. Your minutes are soldiers. Don't let them die for nothing. Every second you waste is claimed by a man who moves faster than you. Take command. Every minute you waste is a soldier you lose. And the truth is, most men don't realize they're under attack. Not by swords, but by distractions. Every scroll, every pointless notification, every shallow conversation chips away at your empire. But a king who protects his kingdom starts by protecting his schedule. Machiavelli would say, he who cannot govern his hours cannot govern his legacy. You don't need 12-hour days. You need clarity. Know what deserves your time and what only pretends to. Here's your next move. Block 2 sacred hours a day. No distractions, no interruptions. Silence your phone. Move with intention. If someone wants your time, make them earn it. Even your friends, your girl, your doubts, they don't get unlimited access. Because when your time becomes sacred, your life becomes rare. And suddenly, people start adjusting to your rhythm, not the other way around. That's when you stop chasing success and start commanding it. And finally, what separates legends from the rest isn't loudness. It's silence. The last rule ties them all together. Silence is power. Discipline is freedom. Execution is everything. Let your actions speak in rhythms. Let your habits move like war drums. And let the world feel your presence without needing to hear a word. Real greatness doesn't come with applause. It comes with rhythm. Most men chase motivation, but the men who rise build momentum. They move without noise, without showing off, because they know results speak louder than words. You don't need to talk about your goals. You need to build habits so sharp they start to scare the people who thought they knew you. Machiavelli would say, "A man who moves in silence becomes the storm no one saw coming." It's not about being perfect. It's about showing up daily, no matter how you feel. Here's your next move. Build a daily system so simple it's impossible to skip. Physical training, deep work, good food, sharp mind, early sleep. And when you feel tired, double down instead of backing off. Because the world doesn't fear your dreams, it fears your consistency. In the end, the man who moves in silence, who lives in discipline, who executes in shadows, becomes the character of his own life. And now, if you've made it this far, it's time I tell you the truth no one else will say out loud. You were not made to live on pause. You were not born to watch your days dissolve into distractions, to explain your dreams to people who don't believe in themselves, to silence your hunger just to stay likable. There's a version of you, sharper, colder, freer, who's waiting behind every choice you avoid. Not someday. Now. The world doesn't slow down for your doubts. It replaces you, quietly. While you hesitate, another man acts. While you scroll, another man builds. You don't need more time. You need more truth. And the truth is simple. No one is coming to save you. The alarm clock won't fight for you. The gym doesn't care about your excuses. The money won't multiply itself. And your woman won't admire a man who fears his own reflection. So you have two paths. Keep being gentle with your potential, or make it uncomfortable to stay average. Because when you protect your focus like a crown, when your silence starts to intimidate, when your discipline becomes untouchable, you don't just rise, you shift the air in every room you enter. That's the man you're building now. One habit at a time. One refusal at a time. The world won't announce when you become him. It'll just respond, with respect, with fear, with gravity. And in that moment, you'll understand what power really feels like. Not loud, not desperate, just undeniable. If this opened your eyes and you're serious about becoming the man who's in full control of his life, my book is now available. The Undeniable Man, Built to be Chosen. It's a strategic guide for men who want to attract, lead, and dominate in their love life and beyond. Whether you're single or in a relationship, no fluff, no tricks, just pure, powerful strategy that will set you apart from 99% of men, and that you will actually use every day. The link is in the description. And if this video spoke to you, don't just keep your thoughts in your head. Write a comment, even just a few words. It helps you remember these lessons, and it might help someone else too. Hit the like button if you enjoyed this content, and share it with someone who, in your eyes, needs it right now. Just trust your instinct. We're all trying to get clearer, more solid inside. So let's build minds that don't break.